participate in this challenge? There are many ways that you can participate in this challenge based on your level of engagement and what is affordable, from more self-directed options to packages that have different resources to our mini course that allow you to go a little bit more in depth. So it's really a challenge that everyone can participate in based on your comfort level, based on how much you desire to engage. We really tried to make sure that we were providing something for everyone, no matter where you were, and that no one should feel shame or like you're not doing enough just because you pick a certain package. Remember, this is about embracing you. So wherever you fit in, you can get in. So for each day, one of the components of the challenge depends on where you are. You'll have a 10 things I love about myself. So each day, take a few minutes to write and reflect on 10 things that you absolutely love about yourself. Depending on the other levels of engagement and other, packages from the actual complete workbook to the mini course, there'll be some other aspects of that, which will include affirmations, daily reflections, as well as the journal and some other resources that are available. But the main point that we take away are 10 things that you're loving about yourself. But something that's applicable no matter where you start is some quick tips to help you get the most out of this self-love journey with the Embracing You challenge. So here are some tips that are going to help you get the most out of this challenge. The first tip, which I think is the most important, is to make it a ritual. So find a consistent time to write and reflect in your journal. That could be during your morning cup of coffee, your lunchtime, or at the end of the day. Establishing a routine can really help you enforce a habit. What we're asking for is 5 to 10 minutes a day. That is your me time. It's your sacred time. So each day, find a consistent time to write and reflect in your journal. 10 minutes is not a lot of time. We use that time and waste most of it just scrolling through Netflix or social media, right? So it's an intentional time that you're setting aside for yourself to read, to write, to reflect on the things that you love about yourself. You love yourself enough to show up for yourself and commit to doing some work that is quite enjoyable, because I wrote the course that way. Second tip is set the stage. So you want to create a vibe, right? So find a place, a space where you can have some official me time. It could be your favorite chair. It could be a spot in your room. It could be on your bed. It could be outdoors in the park, wherever that is for you. Find a space that you're creating for yourself. You're showing up for yourself and you're curating this space of love for you. Third tip is to grab your tools. Now, as I told you before, we have different packages that we are offering where we provide journals and workbooks as well as the course. So if you're choosing to go another route, then you would find, your favorite journal book if that's what you are so inclined to do. We've made a beautiful journal book, so I'm just going to say, you really want to check our journal out. But equip yourself with your favorite pen or your writing tool, whatever feels right for you. That's what you want to make sure that you have. That could also be something, your favorite pen or a favorite beverage, a cup of tea, a glass of wine. The goal here is to create a very warm and inviting space for yourself with things that you love and you find pleasurable, because that's what it's about. Fourth tip is reflect on the day. So just take a moment to reflect on your day, wherever part of the day that you're in and you find yourself committing to doing this. But take a moment to really reflect on your day. Think about what moments made you smile today. What were some of your accomplishments? What did you achieve today? Whether big or small, it doesn't matter. The point is, can we identify and acknowledge them and then celebrate ourselves in every aspect of our day? Read and reflect on the daily affirmations. So, depending on the different packages, we provided some daily affirmations that you can use to reflect as you're embracing you during this challenge. If you want to write your own affirmations or you have affirmations that are really resonating with you elsewhere, it's totally fine. Remember that we're also creating a top 10 list each day of the things that we love about ourselves. So by the time we're done, 10 affirmations over a 14-day period are over 140 affirmations that you will have just about yourself. And then read them and reflect on them to boost your confidence, right? We want to embody these affirmations for ourselves and speak life into ourselves. So don't just write them and then throw it your journal somewhere. It is a space where you are collecting affirmations about yourself. Next tip is to explore the daily reflections. So if you're in the course, you have daily reflections that align to the affirmation. Those reflections were written to give you something to think about, to share my perspectives and some of my lived experiences that have helped me as I've gone through my self-love journey. So but it's a wonderful opportunity for you to sit with it and discover yourself, to do some self-discovery work. The reflections are included with the journal, as well as the next key steps that you might take to begin to really embrace the topic of the day. These reflections are there to help you better understand yourself, better uncover hidden talents, surface truths, and embracing your uniqueness. Next tip is start small and dream big, right? Begin by writing down the first thing that comes to mind. I know when I started writing down my top 10 things I loved about me, it was pretty easy for the first week. I was surprised. I was surprised. It was pretty easy. By the time I got to day six, uh, well, day eight, day nine, it became a little bit harder, more challenging. I had to go a little bit deeper. So my tip for you is to start small by jotting down the first thing that comes to mind. It could be something as simple as I love my contagious laugh, or I love my ability to find joy in the little things, or I love the fact that I'm still a child at heart. Whatever works for you, whatever you can identify that you love about yourself, that's what we want to acknowledge and highlight. There's no judgment here, there's no competition. Remember, we're embracing our uniqueness. That is us. That is you, the individual. So, next tip, variety is the spice of self love. So, explore different aspects of yourself. Just don't, talk about your career or talk about, your family. Talk about all the things that make you you. So be curious in this moment. What are those different aspects of yourself? Today it could be about kindness. Tomorrow it could be about resilience. Mix it up. Discover who you are will allow you to flow and see the tapestry that is you. So that's what we want to celebrate. Next tip, be specific, right? Remember when I told you to start small, dream big? Rather than saying things that like, I love my smile, get more specific. I love my smile because it brightens up a room of other people. Or I love my smile because my baby gets pleasure from it, or my dog gets pleasure in seeing me smile. Um, or I love my smile because it brightens up a room and makes others feel energetic or enthusiastic. Being more specific will allow you to really sit and celebrate the things about you that are amazing. We say it so readily to other people. If we had a friend who came to us, we would give them a specific compliment. So let's love ourselves and give compliment to ourselves. Next tip is no limits, no boundaries. Remember, this is a judgment-free zone here, so there are no rules. The only rule that we have is to be kind to yourself and to speak to yourself with the love and compassion that you would readily give to someone else, right? That's the only rule. There's no right or wrong way to do this. My life's motto is to take it, break it, and make it your own. So put your own flavor on it, right? This is about embracing you. Also, feel free to express what you love about yourself. That could be your physical attributes, that could be your accomplishments, that could be your personality traits. Remember, we want to paint a tapestry of which we are breaking those boxes and getting out of those limits and boundaries that we put on ourselves for so long. Celebrate the imperfections. I like to say we are all beautifully weird human beings. We come with quirks, imperfections, and flaws that make you uniquely you. They are an integral part of what makes you special. So tap into it and be brave about it. And then review and reflect. I'm a huge proponent of being reflective in all things. And so, within that, you being able to sit with what you wrote and reflect on what you wrote and reflect on how you've used these affirmations and you've used the list that you created throughout your day, and throughout your week. And then how can you take that and move beyond just the 14 days? How can you take that and move it to something that's more sustaining, more enduring as you go along your self love journey? Remember, we want to celebrate our journey and acknowledge our growth. Remember, challenge is your canvas to paint a picture of self love like you never have before. So let the words flow and watch as you uncover your beauty within. You've got this. Thanks.